As a niche, speedrunning has grown more popular in the previous years, and with easy access to websites such as speedrun.com, where you can easily see everyone's scores in a game, you become that much more drawn in. Something that's helped expose the general public to this environment are gaming influencers that have tried their own luck at speed gaming. And in this video, I wanted to acknowledge some of these big names who have given a chance on this small genre. Keeping this in mind, I'm going to focus more on people who come more out of the left field than channels such as Summoning Salt, Carl Jobst, Easy Speezy, and me, who dedicate a large portion of their content towards the genre. While these channels have been huge for the speedrunning scene, let's focus on some already well-established channels. Moist Critical. While he is most well known for his runs in what many would consider meme games, such as Mr. Krabs overdoses on ketamine, he actually has run games dating back as far as 9 years ago, where he had a world record in X17 Critical Rules.
This is the first X17 speedrun in history. It's a guaranteed world record, but I'm still gonna put my nipples into it. Let's make it good.
He still continues this hobby when a game of interest pops up, such as his most recent run being when Only Up was released, and he continues to show his support for the community, even adding bounties to games such as the $15,000 prize pool for Another Crab's Treasure. But he's not the only known gaming influencer to test their luck at speedrunning. Ludwig is also a well-known name that has shown his face in a variety of Faudian games, as well as some Mario parties, and an IQ test, but he failed. He began this trend almost 7 years ago, when he first ran Getting Over It, completing it in a bit over 6 minutes. He would then go on to complete Pogo Stuck and Jump King in the same sitting, where he received a fan-made speedrun category called the God Gamer Gauntlet. A bit big-headed if you ask me. But many have tried their luck to surpass the God Gamer, and many have. Speaking of Jump King, Ludwig was not the only one to speedrun that game. When it first came out, Mizkif was the biggest name in the Jump King scene, and completed it in just under 6.5 minutes. And at the time, he was being raced by a fellow YouTuber, SennyK4, who ultimately achieved a sub 6-minute run, coming out on top of the race. Another difficult speedrun was submitted by a different streamer, Connor Eats Pants, who completed Winnie the Pooh's Home Run Derby in under an hour. This game is a lot harder than the title implies, and it wouldn't be Connor's only speedrun. He had actually played through Super Mario Odyssey when it first came out. This along with Kirby Star Allies, and lastly Super Smash Bros. Melee's Adventure Mode, which he got down to a time of about 12 minutes. However, he hasn't speedrun since. Unlike King Samalot, whose most recent run was last year, with a sub 13 in a difficult game about climbing. Yes, that's the title. And he also played the popular climbing game Only Up, the same one as Moist Critical. And he also quite randomly has a Minesweeper speedrun in about 13 seconds. Quite the genre jump, but you do you. Something that's not so random is Atrioc speedrun in his own fan-made game. But this was not his debut, as he actually had accomplished multiple Hitman speedruns, and he even had the world record for one of the categories, along with a rivalry against fellow speedrunner Linkus7. Speaking of rivalries, these two streamers had a massive feud that was settled in speedrunning Minecraft. XQC and Forsen would go back and forth exchanging times over each other, covering a long period of close to 2 years, lowering their runs from 30 minutes down to 15 minutes, which was extremely impressive. To be honest, I'm not even completely sure how this rivalry started, or if either of them even knew how to play the game before they grinded their way to some really impressive times. Someone else who grinded for hours is Curtis Connor, who spent his value time in Walele Country Club True Golf Classics for the Nintendo 64. And he achieved quite a respectable time of 11 minutes and 42 seconds. This is the only time Curtis had speedrun any game, taking place 3 years ago, and to his credit, he had gotten the world record for the game. It's unknown if he'll ever return to speedrunning, or the Walele Country Club True Golf Classics community, but whether or not he does, he will always have the title of world record holder. Another notable world record holder is that of Jaden Animations. Jaden was the first person to complete a speedrun of Cooking Mama 2, where she would have to get a gold medal on every level. A speedrun that took over 6 hours to complete, an incredible amount of time for a first-timer. But this was not it for her, as 2 years later she completed a run in Rhythm Heaven Fever, a rather difficult game, especially when compared to Cooking Mama, or that's my opinion at least. Cooking Mama could be difficult for some people, you know, I guess. Next on our list is Shenpai. No, not Senpai, Shenpai, who is a YouTuber and streamer who completed a speedrun 4 years ago in Yakuza Kiwami 2. And while this speedrun is not the most impressive time, for a first speedrun, it's a great start, though unfortunately, they never returned to the craft. Something I find more difficult is a game like 60 Seconds, which while technically not a speedrun, was uploaded to speedrun.com by Queso, or someone impersonating him. Okay, definitely someone impersonating him. Either way, Queso completed an endless run in 60 seconds, where he would try to survive as long as possible, ultimately ending at 345 rounds on the hardest difficulty. Actually a very impressive feat, but not surprising since he is known for brute forcing a variety of difficult challenges in other games. Well, that's it. That's every popular YouTuber slash streamer or influencer person that I've seen give attention to the speedrunning genre. And though many have not continued their careers in the scene, it's pleasant to know that they have shared these performances with their audience to further develop speedrunning in gaming. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, and as always, take care.